forum. It is good to see so many investors and businesses of Canada here. I am glad you are being exposed to the tremendous investment and business opportunities in India. Friends, there is one thing common to most people in the audience. It has people who take investment decisions. Decisions which assess risk. Decisions which predict return while making investment. I want to ask you, what do you think about before investing in any country? Does the country have a vibrant democracy? Does the country have political stability? Does the country have investment and business-friendly policies? Does the country have transparency in governance? Does the country have a skilled talent pool? Does the country have a large market? These are different questions you may be asking. The undisputed answer to all these questions is one, and that is India. There is an opportunity for everyone, institutional investors, manufacturers, supporters of innovations, ecosystems, and infrastructure companies. There is an opportunity to invest, to set up units and to run businesses. There is an opportunity to partner with our private sector and with the government. There is an opportunity to earn as well as learn. Not only that, as well as to lead. There is an opportunity to grow. Friends, in the post-COVID world, you will often hear of various kinds of problems. Problems of manufacturing, problems of supply chains, problems of PPP, etc. Problems are natural. However, India had not let those problems be. We showed resilience and emerged as a land of solutions. We provided free food grain to 800 million people and free cooking gas to around 80 million families. And for a long time, despite disrupted logistics, we are able to deliver money directly into bank accounts of more than 400 million farmers, women, poor and needy people within a matter of days. This shows the strength of governance structure and systems that we have built over the last few years. Friends, India is playing the role of the pharmacy to the world. We have provided medicine to around 150 countries so far during this pandemic. During March, June of this year, our agriculture export rose by 23%. This happened while the entire country was stringent lockdown. Today, our manufacturing is running on full stream. Before the pandemic, India hardly manufactured PPE kits. Today, not only does India manufacture millions of PPE kits, every month it also exports them. We are also committed to ramping up production. We want to help the entire world when it comes to vaccine production for COVID-19. Friends, the India story is strong today and stronger tomorrow. Let me explain how. Today, the FDI regime has been very well liberalized. We have created a friendly tax regime for sovereign wealth and pension funds. We have undertaken significant reforms for developing a robust bond market. We have come up with incentive schemes for champion sectors. Schemes in sectors like in pharma, medical devices, and electronic manufacturing have already been in operation. We want to ensure high level attention and effective handholding for investors. For these, a dedicated, empowered group of secretaries has been made. We are proactively monetizing assets across sectors: airports, railways, highways, power transmission lines, so many. Real estate investment trusts and infrastructure investment trusts have been fully enabled for monetization of both public and private assets. Friends, today, India is undergoing a rapid change in mindset as well as markets. Today, India has embarked on a journey of deregulation and decriminalization of various offences under the Companies Act. India has risen from 81 to 48 in the Global Innovation Index rankings in the last 5 years. India has risen 142 to 63 in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking in the last 5 years. The result of these improvements are there for everyone to see. India received around 70 billion US from institutional investors in a year and a half between January 2019 and July 2020. This is almost equal to that received in 4 years between 2013 and 2017. The continuing confidence of global investor community in India is seen by the fact that FDI into India went up by 20% in 2019. And this when global FDI inflows fell by 1%. India has already received over 20 billion US during the first 6 months of this year from across the globe. This is also the time when COVID-19 has been at peak globally. The International Financial Services Center at GIFT City is one of our major initiatives. Investors could utilize it as a preferred platform to transact globally. We have recently set up a full empowered unified regulator for it. Friends, India has adopted a unique approach posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. We have given relief and stimulus package for the poor and the small businesses. But we have also used this opportunity to undertake structural reforms. These reforms ensure more productivity and prosperity. India has undertaken a trinity of reforms in the field of education, labor and agriculture. Together, they impact almost every Indian. India has ensured reforms of old laws in the field of labor and agriculture. They ensure greater participation of the private sector while also strengthening the government safety nets.